All right, everyone. Welcome to the Zero Hour Squared Classics, also for KTBL 94.5, The Pit here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Joining us right now is a band that is prepared to unleash more gore. February 20th on Relapse Records. They've got a brand new album called Red Asphalt. Please welcome Ross Sewage, vocalist and
Uh,
bass player early in the morning for the band Exhumed. They will also be here in Albuquerque, New Mexico at the Launchpad March 14th. And they're touring with some really cool bands this first leg. You guys are going to be with Oxygen Destroyer and Nomas. And then on another leg, you're going to be going out with Gruesome. Ross, welcome to the program. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. I'm considering changing my last name. Ross Savage is a pretty good name.
Ross
That
Savage
might
from
Ross Savage.
Vegas.
Ross Savage from I'm gonna start a new glam band. I like that.
like
Savage. It's
like
just so
mass sewage.
yeah, fierce tunes, fierce riffs, big boots.
I'm,
I
I'm
like
gonna
it. Ross Savage. We're going
I'm
with
gonna
it.
admit something to you because this is embarrassing. I always butcher names, man. It's like kind of what the few like smattering of people that follow my stuff. I'm always
Well, it's kind of a power move. It's like, like you put people in their place, like yeah, like George Corpse Grifter. Wait, I mean Grinder. It's like, okay, well, you already put him off. You put him off balance. I'm off balance.
hey,
I'm
all
I'm
right.
I'm I'm going to answer questions honestly this time instead of lying like I usually do.
Instead of giving me the bullshit, what do you call it? Standard answers, right? Or
Yeah,
the
no duplicity here. This is gonna be heartfelt because I've been shaken by Ross Savage.
dude, that's hilarious. I was talking to Kyle Thomas from Exorder last week, and
You sure you got that right?
I didn't. I
No.
called it first, but we edited that. This is good stuff. I'm going to edit that. It's my
Well,
fault. But
that's great, Matt. It's been great talking with you. I'm just kidding. And it's Mike.
well, hey, welcome, Ross Sewage,
Hey, great to be here. So
forever
thanks
Ross
for having
Savage.
me.
When I see you in Albuquerque, I'll go up to you, Ross Savage, and then you'll know.
I will answer.
Man, you guys, this new album, man, fucking killer again, man. I don't know what to say. This is some good shit. Red Asphalt, probably one of my favorite concepts that I've ever heard, too. I mean, you guys always have the whole gore and a million ways to die and all that good stuff. But this one really touches me because the road is a very scary place. Tell us about this new album.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. The road is a scary place. I mean, we've had our fair share of close calls and stuff. And me and Matt Harvey back in the '90s, he managed to flip coming back from the Exhumed show. He managed to flip a truck that we were in. So, which is how I got this cool Vanilla Ice style scar on my face
Uh,
when my face ripped open along the side of the road. So I really did leave some red asphalt out on Highway 5 somewhere near Fresno or Bakersfield. I can't remember.
ouch.
Um, I can't remember because I got knocked in the head. So it's something we know and we feel, but like it is just also, we're been on album 11 or whatever it is, and we're like, okay, well, what do we do with this one? Do we just have more gore, just more corpse screwing around? Like I was like, then we're like looking out, we're like, we need a road song. Like we're on the road all the time. We need a road song. Well, let's do a whole album of road songs. But of course, it's not going to be like "Home Sweet Home" from Motley Crue. It's going to be, through the exhumed lens of death and carnage and tragedy.
Nice. So it's not King of the Road, but it's, King of the Bloody Red Asphalt.
Oh, there's no kings on this one. Everyone is a pawn in the great car industrial complex of America, and you're all going to get squished. So
Nice.
it's just a matter of time for most of us. I just, just to started my year off right to think about this record when I got in a hit and run accident.
Ouch.
So
Were
that
you okay?
messed up my car pretty bad, and they took off.
Oh man, that sucks. Sorry to hear about that.
Well, that's why we're putting out this collection of PSAs, and we're really putting the word out there about being safe on the road, and that everybody out there is a danger and your enemy.
They on your bio, the way it was put out, there's a quote in there. It says it's a love letter to the road, horrific accidents, vehicular homicide, defective cars, and gore-filled instructional videos. And of course, we'll talk about one of the instructional videos that you have here shortly because you just put out two, I guess you could say. But
Yeah.
this is some really good stuff. And again, you mentioned Matt Harvey, your guitar vocalist, Mike Hamilton, drummer, and Sebastian Phillips, your other guitar player. I think of Mad Max. I was about 11 when it came out, and that movie
Yeah.
scared the bejesus out of me because of that scene. The one that caught me the most, I don't know why, when the guy swings that chain at the little station wagon, he loses his hand and everything. But we used
Yeah.
to travel to Texas and Utah all the time. And I swear to God, first I was into the Smokey and the Bandit thing. Then I was frightened they were all going to run us off the road. So you touched on
Uh,
a nerve that most people, I think, can relate to.
what is that? I think one of the scariest films I've ever seen was Duel by Steven Spielberg's first movie.
Yeah.
I've had since I was a kid. I've had nightmares about. Yeah, I like to pull the chain to get the truckers to honk the horn, but like I'm actually afraid they're going to run me off the road because there's some psychopath who doesn't like that. Oops, I took a right turn at the wrong spot. I mean, I went to Romania one time and was driving through the Carpathian Mountains, and this is like just 2016 or something, not band related, just went because I wanted to go see spooky shit. Well, the spookiest thing I saw was when it's all two-lane roads, and you just kind of, and sometimes one lane when the mountain drops off and part of the roads collapse. It's a very scary place to drive, especially after I passed a truck and he decided he didn't like that and he tried to run me the fuck off the road for about a
Oh
half an
man.
hour. It was scary as fuck.
Yeah. That is crazy, man. I don't know, man. Some of the most, like you said, sickest ways to die. There's like billions of ways to die on the road. Did you guys do for some of the video footage and stuff that you got acquired for the videos that we'll talk about here in a minute? Did you do any kind of studying or just finding some weird ways that people may have just got maimed or killed on the road?
Well, we were definitely inspired by a lot. If I don't know how many young people know these kinds of driving instruction films, like Red Asphalt is the title of one of those films. It was a series of California Highway Patrol shock films, and so they would show you. It was Faces of Death before Faces of Death existed, basically. So in the 60s through the 70s, pardon me, that was a huge like genre for teenagers. It was a rite of passage. If you were going to learn to drive, you had to watch one of these films where people actually died, and sometimes staged corny setups too. So that was a huge inspiration. So we went back and we're watching a lot of those while we were coming up with lyrics for the record and thinking about things. And some of the stuff is just like in the daily news. It's like, I don't know, there's every day somebody's getting trapped inside of goddamn Cybertruck, getting burnt alive by lithium batteries and whatever glue they use instead of actual rivets on those pieces of junk.
Yikes. Yeah, that is crazy, man. I got to tell you, man, it's like I said, there's so many different ways and things you can think about. And I think of those instructional videos that Beavis and Butthead used to have. Do you remember that? And
Yeah.
the big Marine teacher would make them watch the
Mhm.
videos, and these two kids think that they're cool and they're drinking and driving, and then there's blood coming down. And I remember those in high school. I also remember the ones where they told us not to wolf paint. That was always that's a whole totally different story.
That
But
was more like an instructional video on how to huff paint for
right.
me. So
You
it's
just
like, whoa, that guy looks high as hell. I want to do that.
all I remember at the end of the video was this guy being with this big smile, and he's like that, it's like his eyes are
Who doesn't want to have a smile like that? That's, you know what, like huff the paint, don't drive.
there you go.
You'll live a much more satisfied life. You won't know a whole lot or remember most things, but you'll be happy.
Ignorance and spray paint are bliss, man.
Just
That's
for legal disclaimers, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't
right.
huff paint. It's terrible for you.
Well, let's talk about the two videos that you guys got coming up. You dropped two of them. You dropped "Unsafe at Any Speed," and before I really get in detail on that one, but you also did "Shovelhead," which was created by Phil Hall, who did some work with Municipal Waste, Iron Reagan, Morbicon. The first one, "Unsafe at Any Speed," that's a rough video.
It's I wanted yeah, we wanted it to have like, kind of a grimy trauma feel, but also kind of harken back to the old like long form videos of like, David Lee Roth and even Michael Jackson and stuff like that, where they told a story before you even got to hear the music, and watch this funny, hopefully quotable video that you'll remember for a long time. And that was an exciting one for me to throw together. I threw together the pitch for a driver's ed class, and then I'm talking about people to film it, and I contacted my old friend Jim Stramel to direct and take care of it. I was like, hey, you know what? You do the whole video, then we don't have to do anything, and that's going to be fantastic. We don't have to do the work we did for like Drain to Color, where we had to actually act. It's like, well, we're not actors, so we hire a bunch of creeps to be in this little movie of ours. But Jim has done a lot of cool work. He had a web series going about zombie pit fighting. He's done some work, some co-directing on some Cannibal Corpse videos, and he's just a great all-around guy. So I was really excited to be able to hire him and get him to put that together. And I knew he'd have the right sense of humor because he's an old creep like we are.
Yeah, that does. It's a very funny video, and there's above and beyond any gore on there. The stuff that grosses me out the most is the coach. I don't want to give it all away, but the coach eating the burritos. Oh man, that's nasty, man.
He's had the whole suitcase full of burritos.
Oh, and the couple when they're kissing and all the saliva.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, sometimes the grossness doesn't always have to be the blood and gore. It's just queasy, sleazy, unease feeling. That's what we wanted, was just something that was kind of funny, but like, yeah, grossed you out in like maybe a different way than you would have expected from Exhumed.
Going off on that a kind of tangent, that's what I love about you guys, and I think that's what everybody does, is that you don't take yourself serious. But man, when it comes to the music and the delivery, you guys are on spot, man, and you guys are having fun, but you guys never miss a beat. Everything sounds so killer. I mean, this is one for the ages. How do you spawn that after being all these years together, just putting this out? Does it ever get more exciting, or does it sometimes get boring? I mean, kind of tell us a day in the life of what it's like to be in a.
Well, I mean, that's the whole challenge, right? We want to keep it fun for ourselves because, we've been doing this a long time, and me and Matt can get pretty bored writing, just random gore lyrics about anything. I'm not sure how some other bands can do it, but we like to challenge ourselves with some concepts. We want to make each other laugh. We still have that gallows humor that we try to entertain each other with. We had both written lyrics for this record, and we were going over them together and, talking about the meter and the pacing. And then we'd just see a line and both of us would just start cracking up laughing at some stupid word play that we came up with. And that's fun. It's one of my delights is making my bandmates laugh, because I know they're going to return that favor. And that's what keeps it interesting and fun. It is gory.
Uh-oh. Ross, I lost you, man. Shit. Okay, so if you have been watching this, you're going to notice that there was a little glitch. Something like a little power line got in the way yesterday. Man, that was so weird. So
Yeah, what happened? We're waiting to know the cliffhanger, the final. What is the final episode going to reveal to us?
man, it was so stupid. By the way, Ross Sewage with us right now, not
Ross Savage, right here, ready
Ross
to go.
Savage, Ross Tucker, but Ross Sewage from Exhumed. We're just picking up where we left off pretty much. But what ended up happening yesterday was I don't know if you could hear it, but there was a big boom, kind of like an explosion, and it was all boom.
No, I must have cut out before I could hear that.
Yeah, and then the lights went out, and then you froze, and then that was the end of it. It was the weirdest thing. So I think some truck hit a power line behind a house across the street from us.
Oh,
and
damn.
the transformer popped, and it took out the power from all over the place.
I mean, when transformers blow, man, there's some crazy robots. They go nuts. They just explode so big. So, no, but yeah, transformer explosion is no joke. I've seen and heard one before. It's kind of scary. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even the fire department were going house to house asking if anybody was on a respirator or oxygen or anything like that. I've never seen that before, so that was kind of a trip.
And so a truck hit it?
Yeah,
we forgot to write a song about that, about a truck hitting a transformer. That would have been perfect for our road record.
That'll be the next one, man. Getting jolted by electricity. I can't imagine how that would feel, man. That would suck.
Hopefully you wouldn't feel anything. You would just die really quick if you're hit with like thousands of volts. That's the idea.
Let me ask you a question, and I'm sure you've been asked this a million times. There's probably no question about death or something that you have been asked about, but do you, like me and probably a lot of your listeners and viewers of this, probably think of just every kind of way to die? Do you like constantly morbidly just thinking about, wow, death by 1,000 paper clips cuts is actually could happen?
I mean,
how disgusting that would be.
Not only do I do that, but that's kind of part of my job description. I mean, we're supposed to do that, like for Exhumed. Yeah, I think about that stuff all the time. I also think about what are really good ways to go. I think like Uh, some not every overdose would be good, but some of them you'd be so doped out of your mind you would have no idea that you were overdosing. That sounds okay. I think I'd like to go by brain aneurysm. Like that would be my ideal because it's just done. You don't even know what happened. Your brain's just cooked and you're out. So that seems like a good one to me. Heart attack sounds like kind of a pain in the ass. You got about like 2 minutes of like utter pain and then realizing you're dying. I don't want to realize I'm dying, hopefully. That's
Right.
my main goal. I want to just like would love to like either in my sleep or yeah, brain aneurysm. I have thought about this a lot. I've thought about like the many different ways that would be like pretty chill to die.
Yeah. Yeah. I think about that all the time because nobody wants to go in excruciating pain.
I
You know,
mean, yeah, some people are like, afraid of like a airplane blowing up or something like that. But I have to imagine that's probably not that bad. Like if it actually explodes, it's like you're not even gonna know what happened, or like, if you step on a landmine just right, like hopefully it just takes everything all at once
uh,
and you won't even know what happened, or a mortar shell. It's not great, but it's violent. There's not gonna be much of you to pick up, but hopefully you don't even know what happened.
yeah, like what would suck would be like after an atomic bomb and then you living and dying out, like
Oh God, well with thermonuclear devices, I mean, like the best thing to do would be to like I don't want to be in a bunker because you're just going to get boiled alive. The power of those devices, it's going to be horrible. And then living afterwards, I'm going to be running towards the bomb.
right.
Like I'll be like, oh, nuclear missiles on the way. I'm like, all right, well, I better cross the Bay Bridge into San Francisco. Hopefully, I'll get hit on first strike and not have to deal with any more of this fucking nonsense.
Right. It's like that movie, The Divide. I don't know if you ever seen that movie with
Nah.
Michael Bean. Yeah, it's about nuclear war and the aftermath, and these people stuck in a bunker, and they're like rats, killing each other and doing horrible things to each other. Then the radiation sickness comes, so it's like, damn, you don't want to have that
Yeah,
prolonged feeling.
radiation sickness sounds like one of the worst ways to die, like your guts liquefying inside of you. It's just, and you're just sitting there, like, you're feeling normal for like an hour, but you know that you're just falling apart. Like, can't, no, don't want
Yeah.
that.
Now, what's the other one? Smallpox. I saw a picture of a dude that had
Disease. I
smallpox.
didn't even think about disease. I was just thinking about like horror, like, oh yeah, no, diseases, viruses. I don't want any of that. Like, I get all my vaccines. All the time. I'll get vaccines I don't even need. I'll be like yellow fever. I live in the Bay Area. I don't care. Give me yellow fever. Like I just don't like being sick. I got too
Yeah.
much shit to do.
Exactly. And then just that shitty feeling, man, it just takes you down. It brings you, gives you a depression, and nobody wants to have all that crap. But do you ever think you might need therapy for thinking these thoughts, or is this kind of what you think
Oh,
most people?
I need therapy. That's a given. I mean, look at the way I live my life. I definitely need therapy. I don't know about those thoughts in particular, but there's a lot of stuff I would probably need to work through. Yeah, absolutely. I think almost everybody could benefit from some therapy unless you're some kind of like dullard walking around the street with a stupid grin on your face and don't have a care in the world. This is a messed up world we live in. Nothing about it is natural. The human condition is not made for this, but somehow we're still managing to, make it through and adapt. But there is nothing about the human brain that evolved to deal with everything around us.
I want to get back to the album because we talked about the last video, Unsafe for at Any Speed, but we didn't really get into the new video, the latest one that got released, Shovel,
Yeah,
which is
Shovelhead.
animated. Man, that's a badass video. Tell us about that.
Oh, that was so fun. We were on tour 2 years ago with Morbicon was opening up, and that's like got my old friend Landfill from Municipal Waste. I've known him for a long time, and he was like talking to me. He's like, "Yeah, I've been doing the Morbicon videos, like doing an animated. It was kind of like a pandemic project for him to like get into this style of animation and working with these programs." And I was like, dude, these are really fun. These are great. Like, we should do something together at some point. And he's like, I'd love that. And, fast forward and like Matt, we were talking about what singles to release, and Matt wants to release Shovelhead as the second single from this record. And I was like, okay, I think we got this is the one for Phil. Phil's gonna kill this because it's like it's kind of that's one of the I don't want to say sillier. It's more of a narratively driven song. It's got this sleazy riff. It's open ended and it's got a zombie in it. And I'm like, all right, this is the one we're gonna do a cartoon of.
Yeah.
And I hit up Phil, and I was like, dude, I know you're gonna knock it out of the park. And So we had him go back and forth with Relapse and get all that stuff together. And Matt sent him very rough storyboard, and then he sent us the animatics, like the opening shots and how it was going to go. And I was like, dude, just run with this because he's so good at it, and I'm so pleased with how it came out. I think it's got a good amount of gross. It's also fun. It's still like kind of got that old 80s heavy metal vibe as we pop up at the end. It's like just very like just it came out perfect, and Phil nailed it. And I'm excited to see like all the other stuff that people are going to hit him up to do, like keep as he's going on with this like side project of his life.
That's cool. Yeah, it came out really cool. And like I said, it has all those elements, fun, gore, the badass music, everything.
I mean,
very cool.
the moon punching the sun just kills me. That's awesome. One, I really liked that part in the video. That was very clever and had nothing to do with us. That was all Phil. So he's a real fun guy, real clever, and I think it came out great. Yeah.
So there's no Ross Sewage beer?
There is a Ross cider. he got close. I do make my own cider, yeah, because it's easy. You throw a bunch of apple juice in a container and throw some yeast in it, and then you kind of sweeten it however you want. Throw how much sugar you want in to make more alcohol. So I've made some pretty gnarly batches that are pushing like 9-10%, but I like to keep it around 6-7, so it's still flavorful. Oh. So hops and barley, that sounds like a pain in the ass to me. I do, but if someone wants to make Ross beer, I will drink it.
Yeah. All you got to do is have your face planted on it and let them do the rest of the work.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think Phil's trying to like wish something into existence, and I appreciate that.
That's cool. I want to also talk, since we were talking about the album's concept, Red Asphalt being a concept album about ways to die on the American highway, basically, and all this craziness. So you come through New Mexico quite often. I know that you do, because I've seen you, I don't know how many times. I've caught your first shows, I think, here Green way back in the day, all those really good ones. You have to travel through Route 66. So that, of course, it's the 100th anniversary of Route 66. But even better, we have Route 666, which have you traveled on that?
It's one of those ones, man. It's always, we always talk about going over there to get like a picture with one of the signs on the side of the road. And it's just like, oh man, we're running late because, it's usually Phoenix to Albuquerque. And that's a hell of a haul, and you're losing an hour.
Yeah.
Because Arizona be crazy with the not responding to daylight savings time. So it's you never know. And so it's like always rushing to get to the launch pad on time. So we've never actually gone on 666, I don't think.
Got to try it one of these days. They've changed the name. What is it now? It's called US Highway 491.
That sucks. I hate that.
I know. And I hope that they left. I haven't been up there in a while. I hope they left a couple of the signs just historically. I remember Dead Horse used to have the t-shirts and of Route 666 and that little highway from Gallup up to Utah and to Colorado, and you have to go through the reservation, and it's a cool ride up there. It's beautiful country. But
I mean, I feel like if you get a Route 666, America might as well throw away Rob Zombie and Alabama Thunder Pussy while we're at it. I mean, it's just like quintessentially a goofy Americana, like evil road shit. I love it, and that's a shame. We live in a stupid theocratic country. So
totally, thank you. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Come on, you can't change. And then who knows how many years it had been. I got to do more history on Route 666, but it's again now Highway 49, whatever. Who cares? And nobody cares. But talking about the tour, tell us a little bit about it. March 14th, it is at the launch pad.
Yep, our old haunt. We love the launch pad. We always have a good time there.
Yeah, you guys always bring it there. What can we expect from this particular tour? And I know you got also some really cool bands on a couple of legs: Oxygen Destroyer and No Moss, and then Gruesome on another leg.
Yeah, Gruesome's going to be in Europe, so that'll be fun because then Matt will have to do 2 sets, and we're going to see if we can't like finally get him to finally kill him. Just kill him with work. He's always working so damn hard, touring all the time. It's like, well, here's 2 at once. See if you can handle that. But yeah, Nomas and Oxygen Destroyer are both awesome bands that we all love. I mean, when we want to tour with bands that we want to watch, otherwise it get really tedious really quick, right? And good people to work with. A lot of I'd love to say you're going to get the craziest new thing, but it's like you're going to see Exhumed. We're going to rock the hell out. We're going to play some new tunes, probably have a few new gags. Dr. Filthy's going to be there hanging out. Maybe he's the doctor of being a mechanic now. He's a car doctor. We're
Yeah.
still working some of this stuff out. And hopefully at the launch pad, I think the best thing I ever saw at the launch pad was somebody crowd walking in a wheelchair. I'd like to see that again. That
Oh
was like
yeah.
that was so dope, and people like coming together to like just it felt very communal and cool. Like I thought that was just so awesome. Like
Oh, that's
everybody gets to party in Albuquerque.
yeah, that's our brother Arturo Vargas, man. He's cool. He plays in a band here in town called Smorgasborg, and
Uh,
he's been doing that for a long time. These kid's crazy, man.
I mean, the kids in Albuquerque are crazy. I love them.
Yeah.
They're always so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys. Like I said, I mentioned one of the first times I saw you was at a place called El Rey, which is just two doors down from Launchpad, and I think that, like I said, that was with Soylent Green. But God, that was a long time ago. That was still with the whole crazy vomit thing, and
Yeah, that was without me.
right,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
that was the period where I got kicked out. So
Oh,
yeah, so I never played that one.
oh,
But
damn.
you would have seen a much shorter bassist, talented guy named Bud Burke, who was far too talented to be in Exhumed, but he knew how to puke,
Yeah.
so
Ah,
he
man.
fit in that way.
My late friend Michael Henningsen, he was an editor for a local rag out here. Me and him, we were watching it. We were both. It was it was funny. I know you guys get that reaction all the time. It's something probably tired of talking about as well. But
Oh yeah, it was gnarly. I mean, he got tired of doing it when he started getting a lot of cavities, and that bile was ruining his teeth. But he didn't do that later on. Once he did join the band back up again on guitar, and he didn't do the puking anymore. He was like, I don't want to do that anymore. It's really bad for my health.
yeah, look, I'm 55 years old. Anything kind of like if I have too much to drink the night before, I feel like gagging in the morning. It's not like it
I
used.
mean, I'm taking my Metamucil every day. Like, I got my colonoscopy. The doctor said, "Hey, you should probably take some Metamucil." I'm like, "Hey, this is great. My shits are regular. This is awesome."
If it works, I'll try it because I've been hearing a lot about it.
It fucking works, and it is on the road. It's metal musil, and so every metal musician, because you're eating garbage at every truck stop, every diner, drive-in, and dive. So you might as you take a little bit of that Metamucil, and you're gonna feel a lot better every day. And maybe try to eat some fruit too. That's important and often forgotten.
You can only pack so many sandwiches like John Walton in a paper bag, and hopefully that lasts a week, and before you know it, you're on the McDonald's trail for
Yep,
diarrhea
exactly.
the rest of the way.
Or even worse, like the reheated Arco burgers. Like, ooh, AM
Oh.
PM is a diarrhea nightmare waiting to happen.
All right, man. Well, hey, Ross Sewage, man, thank you very much for joining me again to finish up this interview. I really do appreciate it. It's been a
Absolutely,
lot of
Mike. Thank
fun.
you.
Anything else you want to tell the viewers out there about Exhumed, this tour coming up? Also, the brand new album, Red Asphalt, which is due to drop on February 20th officially.
Yeah, well, pre-order the record. Make sure you get one of the crazy, wacky vinyl variants. We've got our own. Relapse has several. We've got our own at Darker Corners by Shopify.com. Uh, when we're out, you can check out my blog anytime through the years. I've got tech tips and stuff learned through the years, and sometimes just road blogging, and I'll be doing that again at drsewage.com. And check out the Exhumed YouTube. Go look at these videos, and we'll be putting up some more videos. We got some more playthroughs that are cooking, so that stuff will be popping up as we move along and have a lot of fun going out and playing all these songs for y'all.
Awesome, awesome. We'll see you on March 14th at the launch pad. Really looking forward to that. Be safe out there on the red asphalt. Don't be
Yeah,
part of it. No joke there. And we'll see you in Albuquerque. And once again, thanks, Ross. I do appreciate your patience and doing the second part of the interview for me.
I'm glad you didn't blow up.